Okay people, let's do this because I am estimating we've got approximately 20 minutes before James wakes up, and it's been a little bit grouchy today, so let's talk about it. So hello, sorry, I'm Gemma. This is Gemma B Makes, and I talk about all the things I've been doing over the past couple of weeks. So I have been doing a tiny bit of knitting, lots of crochet and a little bit of sewing and some spinning this week. So I'll show you all my little bits. So I will start off with knitting. I said last week I had a bit of RSI, repetitive strain injury, yeah, RSI. So I wasn't going to do any knitting. However, I wanted to finish off Beth's cardigan that I've been making for her because it's been going on forever. So I started, I'd cast on the sleeve, and I started with the sleeve. I knit the entire sleeve and I had to pull out the entire sleeve again. How many times am I going to pull out this cardigan? It has been a learning curve. I will show you what I've done. This, nothing really much. So I think I'd done the whole cuff and this last time. So again, when I'm looking on the pattern and it says, I'll show you. Oh, something flew across the room. Oh, great. So on the pattern it says the sleeve length, I'm making a medium, so the sleeve length is going to be 48 centimetres. So I've got 6 different colours, I divided it equally and then knit it all up. Did not realise the armhole depth of 22 centimetres is also on the sleeve. So that's when it starts decreasing and makes the shape, and so you can tack it into the sleeve. Never done it before, so I didn't know. So I knit the whole thing, pulled the whole thing back out again. Anyway, I've done one sleeve. She will get this cardigan eventually. I don't want to talk about it anymore. In fact, you're not going to see this cardigan again until it's finished, because it needs to get finished. But that is the only knitting that I did this week. I didn't even do anything on the socks, or I've got a shawl on the go by Hohi Locatelli. I didn't do that either. I wanted to cast on some more socks because I got some more yarn in the mail, and I didn't do that either. I just wanted my hands to hit my wrist to heal, and that way I can get on doing it a bit more this week. However, it does not affect crochet, so I have been doing a bit of that. So I'll show you this. This is the Wolf Jacket by Goldin. I am knitting it in a polyester. Let's have a little look, sorry. Here we are. It's by Hobbycraft, Knitcraft in the Zone, and it's a really, it's like fibres and then a woven over the top. I don't know if you can really see it properly. It's really soft, it's really nice. And the way that the stitches are on this, so here we are. So I was here last time. Little stitch marker. Oh, let's have a little look. Yeah, a little stitch marker. I think that's by it's from the Yarn Lab. Yeah, she sends every time you get an order in with her, she always sends it with like a little stitch marker, a little sweetie I think, and a tea. So that's really nice. So I've come all the way down, and I have capped off for the sleeves. So now I just need to do the rest of the body. But the way the yarn is and the way the stitches are, 'cause it's like a solid half treble, this stitch, and it's just making quite a thick fabric. It's going to be really quite warm, so I'm thinking I might line it. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see when it's done. But the cable's looking really nice, really defined. The definition's quite well on it really with this yarn. I like it so far, and it's a really easy, mindless crochet, sat in front of the telly watching a box set or whatever. Really enjoying doing that. The MCAL started, so the Mystery Crochet Along by the Crochet Project started on the 20th of June, so I have started that too. So far I got clue 3 on Wednesday. I've started it a little bit, but I haven't done a lot of it, so I'm going to show my progress now. So there we are, let's have a little look. So this is it. Oh, it's really curly. It's super curled. So it starts at the bottom, super curly, and it's got this spine that goes up the middle, and then you pop your colours in. I'll pop it on the side, and then we've got some ripples with the colours, and then back in, and then I've just started with clue 3, and I've got some more ripples at the top there, and another little stitch marker there, and that one is by Beehive Yarns, which is what the yarn is that we're knitting this out of. So this is Beehive Yarns, and the main colour grey is Wisp. So we've got Beehive Yarns and her Wisp in a Barbarella base. So it's 25% superwash merino, 5% nylon and 5% stellina. So I don't know if you can see it in the cake. I don't know if you can see, you really can't really see the sparkle, a little bit there. So, but it's really lovely to work with. And my little pops. I can't remember what they're all called. I've got them here somewhere actually. Oh yeah, I couldn't read it, could I? Jean Genie, yeah, so Jean Genie is here. And then it's Cassis, Rose Salve and Blackberry Lips. So Blackberry Lips, I think this is Rose Salve or Cassis, I'm sorry, I don't know which way around it is. But yeah, they are Beehive Yarns. They're really nice, super soft, and I'm really impressed with how this is working up. It's feeling really, really nice. I'm enjoying the pattern. When it comes like you get a clue each week, I did struggle a little bit with the first one. No, not struggle, but I just thought I was doing it wrong. So I don't know if you can see, but on this side there's like quite a few little gaps, on the way up. Apparently it's just part of the pattern, that's okay. So when it blocks out, you can just move it over and it'll be central, and hopefully it'll stop curling. I really like it. I've really enjoyed doing this. So normally on Wednesday is my knit night normally, and I go meet some girls in the Tetley Brewery in Leeds. And we stay there for a couple of hours and just have a little chin wag. Normally have a scone and a cup of tea and whatever else, glass of wine sometimes. But because I'd got the mystery clue on a Wednesday, I thought, well, I'll still go out, but I don't really want to talk to anybody. I want to be able to concentrate on what I'm doing. So I went to my local pub, and I took my earphones and I put my music on, and I just sat in the corner in a little snug, and there's a beautiful view out there, all the rolling hills. Yeah, and I just sat on my own. I ordered a pudding. It would crumble, awesome, custard, beautiful. And sat on my own and really, really enjoyed getting into it. Got into a really nice rhythm to the point where I feel that I can go to knit night now and still do the crochet without having to really, really concentrate. I've still got to read all the pattern, but I don't have to really concentrate. It's got a nice rhythm to it now, so that's really good. So I'll come back, I promise. I had lots of fun. It was lovely. I just a bit of peace and quiet and no alone time. David were saying, it's like, why don't you just stay at home and do it? It's not the same. Like, the baby will wake up and I will pick up the baby, or the washing up will need doing, or I can see things that need doing that I just don't want to do. Don't want to do it. Like, wow. Get stuff done. It's all fun. Sorry if I'm feeling like a bit of a rush today. I realised that I talked for a very long time last time, and I really don't think James is going to last much longer sleeping. He's not appreciating this heat. So as well as the crochet, I have also been doing a little bit of sewing. I really haven't done much this past couple of weeks, really. I don't know whose stupid idea it was to start a podcast when you've got a 16 week old baby. Yeah, because you don't have time to do stuff. I want to get all this progress done, and I'm sat here thinking, I really don't have to. Why am I putting so much pressure on myself? It's not for anybody other than me, so why do I feel like I feel the need to get all these things done really, really fast to put it so I can do this podcast, because I am enjoying this process, but at the same time I think I need to calm down a little bit. So from now on the progress is going to be slower because I've decided so. Okay, so I have been sewing. I started sewing a Megan dress by Tilly and the Buttons for my mum. So this was the pretty fabric that she bought. It's like a nice blue paisley print in a chambray. So I did the bodice. So we measured my mum. We did the bodice and the skirt, popped all the darts in and popped them all together. I was quite impressed at myself because I managed, well, I had to unpick it obviously, but I managed to line up the darts quite well, and the side seams, I don't know if you can, let's see if we can see. Oh, Gemma, what are you doing? I don't even know where I am now, I'm upside down. Okay, here we are. So yeah, I managed to match up the side seams quite well from top to bottom there. So I was quite impressed at myself. So we tried it on the other day just to see how far it goes, and it don't fit. I don't even want to put the zip in, so I haven't sewn up the back yet. I wanted to put an invisible zip in, but I'm not going to have enough material. It's just too small. I need an extra centimetre. So what I decided I would do is just unpick the side seams and just do less of a seam allowance. So instead of a 1.5 centimetre, I popped it here, but obviously I've tacked it in, and it leaves this little thing here, and nothing I make goes right on the first time. Do you ever get to that point? I wonder if that's the thing. Yeah, that's the ultimate goal. You make something and nothing went wrong. Be awesome. So I haven't unpicked the other side because I don't know what I want to do. Can I put another panel in the back? Could I just put more material at the back and just sew those together and then put a zip in? Because I don't, although undoing the side seam, it just leaves that little pleat I don't really like. I'm not sure, I'm undecided. Yet again, one of my sewing projects is getting put in a corner. What else did I make? I made a project bag. So I wanted to make a new project bag for my MCAL. I wanted to use up my stash so I could buy more things. However, I bought more material. But the idea was, if I buy the material and use it straight away, it's not in a stash. So it didn't take up any extra room. But I did it wrong again. So this is my bag. How cool is that material? Now, as you can see, It's massive. I wanted to make basically something that I could fit a big sweater in. Actually, I bought the zip first, and I was like, I'm just going to make a bag that will fit this zip. And I really like it, but I've put too much of a heavy interface on both parts, and it's crinkled like really badly. I can't iron it out. I've tried really hard to get it flat and iron it all out, and it's not really worked, and it's really peed me off. I still love it. I still think it's absolutely yes, and I love the I love the material. I love the fabric. The pattern on it, I think it's ace. But yeah, look, you can see how crinkled it is there, and it doesn't uncrinkle. Really annoyed myself. I backed it in the material inside. These little hexagons, because I think it looks like a little beehive. And I thought, with my beehive yarns, I thought that would be quite cool, and it was on sale. So, although I made the bag, I think for this Cal, Edward's leaving school soon, and I think his teacher is leaving. She lives in Guernsey or Jersey, and she's moving back there. So I might put some handles on it and give it to the teacher as a leaving gift, because I've also, out of the same material, so I bought 1/2 metre of each fabric, 1/2 metre of the leaves and 1/2 metre of this awesomeness. So what I've done is cut out more pieces. I think I've got enough here to make 4 bags. So with all the lining, I've got it all interfaced with the proper weights this time. I just need some zips. So it's all ready to go. So I've got 4 bags here ready to be made. So I'm going to make one for me, so I can put the shawl back in it, and one each for the teaching assistant. So the big one for the teacher, because she's moving, a nice bit of luggage, and one each for the teaching assistants. I was talking to one of the girls at Spinning, and she was a teacher, and she said that she always appreciated the handmade gifts more than yet another cup with best teacher on. Let's face it, everybody needs a bag. Everybody needs a bag. And that is it. That is all what I've been making. Yeah, I'm looking around me thinking, surely there's more. There's not. Oh, there is. There's my spinning. So I never got to talk to you about it last time. I told you that how I got my starter kit, and that I'd been practicing, and I showed you sort of my tiny little mini skein of very imperfect mismatched wool, and I was doing the blue. So imperfect blue in yellow, and then I was doing the blue. So you can't really see the definition, but I got double the length the second time than I did the first time. I think that they weigh the same. I wrote it down actually. I think I got, so I got 50 yards of yellow, and I got 94 of blue. So that's quite, and it's much more uniform. So I'm very new. Look how bad that is. But I'm really enjoying it. So again, on a Wednesday, I love Wednesdays. Wednesdays is. The Spinners of Air meet on a Wednesday from 10 till 2 through the day, so I can take James with me. They're absolutely brilliant. They've got a couple of spinning wheels there that people can use and learn how to use, and that's what I did this week. So for the past, I think I've been 3 times. 4 times. Anyway, I've been a few times. And this week when I went, they let me use one of the wheels, so I got to try that out. However, James wasn't overly excited about me using the wheel. He snoozed as I got there, so I managed to go get it all set up, and the old fella that runs it is called Carl. He's 90 and he's just a little miracle. He picks his wheel up and literally on his shoulder and off he goes. The man is 90. And he was showing me how to do it, so but because I'd got a little bit of practice on how to do the drafting of the roving, I think I took to it quite well, really. I managed to get a little bit done, but then James woke up and we had some dinner and we got him settled, and he sat on my knee for a little bit. That was really cute. He sat on my knee while I did the wheel, but he wasn't really over impressed of us staying there, so we left early this week. But yeah, I was really excited that I got to sit and do it on the wheel, and I really did take to it and I really did enjoy it. And then someone mentioned that they've got something for sale, so I might be going to look at one next week. Don't tell Dave. He's probably not going to let me even in the house. It's not going to, it's like we've just got the house kind of sorted. We've been decorating forever. Edward just went back into his big bedroom. So we've got 3 bedrooms, 2 big ones and a little one. And we've been decorating, so we've all been moved around while we've been decorating each room, and they're all finished now. We've just got to put up a few pictures up and things like that, but all the decorating is done. The blinds are up, and Edward's back in his room, and James is still in with us, so we've got the little room that's spare at the minute. So the computer's gone up there and a few boxes and bits. We're just waiting for the loft to be finished so we can put them up there. I was like, well, we've got a room now. Fit a wheel in it. It's just, yeah. I'm just gonna have to take over it. It's just gonna have to be my room. Yes, so I got the wheel. So on my spindle at the minute, so I'm still doing the drop spindle at home. I have got this pretty green, so it's really thin at the minute. It's gonna crinkle. But I bought this. I don't really want to take it out because it's in an order. So what I've done is you got 10 different colours. I think this is it's merino wool, and you got 10 different greens. And what I've done is I've pulled them in half and then knit them in order. So this one was first, and then they've gone. I did it all across, and then I made a little ball. So there's an acrylic ball inside there, just so I'd actually got the shape right. But yeah, I was quite impressed at that. Let's see if it'll. And hopefully, when I do it again, when I ply them together, I'm really hoping it kind of fades a little bit. Obviously, they're not going to be completely the same length as each other, but there should be a little bit of overlap where it should variegate through. I'm excited to see how that turns out, really, to see if I've worked it out right or if I just haven't. I don't know. In my mind, I know what I should be doing, but I don't know if it'll actually work out like that. I can kind of see all the different colours through there, all the different greens. But anyway, so I've been doing this one at home, and then hopefully I should be able to go to the Spinners of Air on a Wednesday and use the wheel there. I don't think there's anybody else using that particular wheel at the minute, so unless somebody else comes along, I should be able to do that every Wednesday, so that should be exciting. And I might get my own. No, I'm not. Gemma, don't buy a spinning wheel. Don't buy a spinning wheel. Just gonna go look. Talking about buying things, I've been buying things. So I told you I'd ordered some self-striping yarn from the Yarn Lab. This arrived. How pretty is that? I absolutely love it. So it's called Beach Slider, and it is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. 425 meters. I think it looks like a really quite a tiny little circle, quite a tiny little ball, but I'm really excited to get that knit up. And I think that this berry colour here is very, very similar to the berry colour of the shawl I did, the Colour Affection. So I'm hoping to put that in as a heel and toe, but we'll see, I don't know. James has woke up. I won't be a minute. Here we go. Oh! Ooh, flashing, sorry. I totally forgot, I actually made this too. So this is just my kimono. So I ended up going back to the School of Sew for a class. It was just a day, so I did a couple of hours. I think it was 1 till 4, and yeah, we made little kimonos. This material, I think, is spandex. It's got a little bit of stretch to it, but it's super light, and in this weather it's really, really nice. It's not really, I think if I had a complete choice of materials, I don't think I'd pick this one. She did have a choice of 3, and this one suited me the best. I was adamant that I was going to have a light blue with this pink. Oh, hello. You alright? Yeah, it was a light blue with pink flowers running all the way through it, and when I saw it online I was like, I'm having that one, it looks amazing. And when I got there, it just didn't suit me at all. Because she had sewn the sample in that one, I was like, oh, I'm trying it on, this is what I'm going to have at the end of this, and I was like, it didn't suit me at all. It looked a bit it just looked wrong. So I ended up making this one. It was quite a quick, nice sew, but there was lots of things I learned. I learned how to do a French seam. I'd never done that before. I learned how to cut this material because that was really hard. I used little pinking shears to stop the fraying. I'd not done that before. And how to do the hem at the bottom. Yeah, I learned quite a few techniques really, which is what I went for. Because I can read a pattern and I can do things, but it's the techniques that I have no idea how to do. You alright? He's such a cheeky monkey. Do you know, he is so tired and really could do with a proper super sleep. Just not happening, is it? You're a little monkey. You are. You need to go to sleep. You're looking at mummy in there, you're looking at yourself. Either one. What was I talking about before you woke up? I just go on random tangents, don't we? Oh, I was showing things. So I bought that one. Yeah. And also from the Yarn Lab, I got the neon minis because I wanted it to go with hedgehog fibre. I'll have to do this one-handed now. Go on, James. So this is the hedgehog fibres in the Where's My Bike colourway. With all the cool little neons that go through it, and I really wanted to make some socks, so I bought some neon minis to put heels and toes in. I'll have to have a little look through and see which one goes best, but I'm thinking they're probably the hot pink because it looks cute. So I'm happy with that one, and I also got some needles. So I thought I'd bought I can't remember which needles I thought it was that I bought actually. I said something different last week. Anyway, I bought the Knit Pro Symphonies because I don't know if I raved about them enough last week. But yes, so I've got some 2.5 Knit Pros, and I also bought some 2.5 Higher Sharps. So all those came literally within days of each other. I ordered them and I think they came 2 days later. So I was very impressed at that. Yarn Lab came the next day. It was the next day, and the higher highs, and then symphonies came the day after. So yeah, I've really wanted to cast on some cool funky socks. I just, oh, Piglet, are you making me flash? Rude. Rude. Ugh. Shall we have a little talk about what we've been doing over the past couple of weeks that does not involve Mummy's crafting? What have we been doing? So James, apart from being a little monkey, I'm the coolest kid ever. Are you going to talk to everybody? So James is currently 16 weeks old. He will be 17 weeks old tomorrow. Yeah, so 4 months. You're doing really well, aren't you, mate? I was talking about Edward's sports day last time, wasn't I? And we went, so because Edward is only 5 and in the reception, there's not the usual, oh dear, you're right. We're just talking about Ed and then we're going to get off. All right. There's not, his school has team, like houses. So Edward is a jaguar. And there are other big cats. I think it's a lion and a tiger and something else. So when they compete in the sports day, it's whose house wins. It's not an individual. So that was quite nice. And in true English tradition, it got halfway through sports day and absolutely poured it down. I think that was the last time it rained. I've got to say, I think in about 3 weeks. Quite like to see some rain now. It's very hot outside. I know I keep going on about the heat, but I'm like 90% ginger. It don't work. We don't like the heat, do we, James? No. Yeah, so and Edward's, the sports day was on a Wednesday, so that meant I missed the spinning for that week. Yes. I was trying to work out in my head, why has it been 4 weeks, but I've only been twice. That's because, yeah, it was sports day, so we missed it. It was alright, wasn't it? Edward felt a little bit poorly this morning, actually. Whoa, what are you doing, you little kicky legs? Craziness. Oh, yeah, let's see if we can move that back. Hey, don't do it again. Oh, you little cheeky monkey. Oh, earthquakes all over. Do you know what, guys? We're just going to leave it at that. Yeah, we'll come down here and say, I'll see you later, everybody. Catch you next time with less progress because we're not panicking about it. Woohoo! We say bye-bye. See you later.